Here we go.
You getting cleaned up over there?
Did you get it?
Did I get it?
I mean, for the most part, they're not going to see it from there.
Namaste. Boom boys, Rafa girls, Swagat Cha. Meron Nam, Luke. Tyler Ho, Brett Ho.
Did you just call me a hoe?
Nope, I
How
said your
dare
name's
you.
Tyler. Come on, son.
Oh.
I also said hello and welcome. I did the best Nepali I could. I was there for a bit. I learned as much as I could, but it's hard. Welcome back, everybody. And me too. I'm back.
Yeah, welcome
Welcome
back.
I've been gone a bit.
The world
I don't know what
is
I'm doing
finally right
anymore.
again.
But yeah, I'm Luke, and this is Mr. Tyler.
What's up? What's up? And as always, to the right, the beautiful Brett Eitzen.
I'm here. Representing.
One love. How you been?
I've been good. I got a little sinusy, so if I sound stuffed up,
I stayed up past midnight on a
the
work
Sudafed,
night.
the Sudafed helps, but
I think I stay up to
Yeah.
midnight. I like every night.
I stayed up past midnight for the first time on a work night in a long time.
I've been very good about getting to bed early recently, which means I haven't played nearly as many video games as I want, but yeah, it's fine.
I've just had a horrible sleep schedule ever since I got back. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I slept horrible when I was there. I slept horrible when I got back. But I've been sick also, kind of. Diarrhea will do that to you.
Oh no, there it is.
There
You
it is.
mentioned it.
Everybody knows. Everybody knows now. I'm still coughing, so I'm sorry if you're annoyed by my coughing in this episode.
No, it's fine. We forgive you.
I don't.
I forgive you.
Maybe I should leave. Welcome, guys.
You should fill us in on what you've
What
been
I've
up
been
to,
doing?
'cause
What
I know
have you been
have
up
a
to?
lot.
I feel like a guest.
Yeah, you are a guest. You have as much news
I
as
am
a
a-
guest would.
I'm in a. That's true. I am a guest in Brett's house every week, so
Yeah, that's true.
I guess
don't have guests.
I'll go through
I
as
got
much as I
family.
can.
Oh, Dominic Toretto in the building. Hey, get it together. over
Geez, sorry. So, I was in Nepal. I was in Kathmandu. I'm wearing my shirt from there, from the tourist area, because I could read the shirts there. But I did a lot, actually, in my absence, because the flight was 16 hours.
Oh my gosh.
And that was only one of my 6 flights that I had.
Oh my goodness.
3 there, 3 back. So I watch a lot of movies on the plane. I'm not going to go through all of them because some of them I had seen and I used them to fall asleep. But the new ones that I watched from last year, Bad Times at the El Royale.
How was it?
Oh yeah.
Give him ratings.
I'd give that one all right, I think. That's some really cool stuff in it, and it's entertaining, but it never really goes all the way, I think, to
Where it wanted to.
where it wanted to. Yeah. And it's a really cool concept, and it's a fun mystery, but it has a weird out of nowhere kind of ending, like
Shamhammer?
no, just like Chris Hemsworth shows up and all of a sudden he's just this villain and you're like, okay. and he's good in it, but I don't know, it didn't really make sense. But it was fine. I was entertained. So, next one I watched then was Spy, the Paul Feig, Melissa McCarthy movie.
Keep going. We're talking about the podcast.
I really enjoyed that one. It was like a rated R Get Smart. It was a lot
Yeah.
of fun. I think it's like the first time I've enjoyed Melissa McCarthy in anything.
I was gonna say she's kind of I enjoyed her on SNL, and then I haven't really enjoyed many of her movies. So.
Yeah, but Jason Statham, I really enjoyed him in it. I thought he was hilarious because he's an idiot in that movie. He's always the really cool, suave guy.
Yeah.
And he plays that, but he's a moron in this movie, and it's fantastic. I give them fanboy worthy, I guess, for people that like comedies. I don't know. That movie's older, so I don't
Action
really need a
comedy.
review on. Yeah. Next one I watched was Central Intelligence.
Oh, I love that movie.
I thought this one was fine.
I like that one a lot.
Normally, when I watch a Kevin Hart movie, I'm annoyed by Kevin Hart. Not in this one. I really was annoyed by Dwayne Johnson the entire movie. I give that one an all right. Also, and then one of the girls that I went with, Diane from our Harry Potter trivia episode, actually, she watched A Simple Favor on the plane, and she's like, that story was crazy. I don't know if you'll like it, but you should watch it. So I have somebody to talk with it about. So I watched it too. And did you see this one with Dan?
No, I wanted to.
Okay, so I don't recommend it. I give it a straight to streaming. Oh my gosh, it's such a frustrating movie to get through because literally every single character is so annoying. Blake Lively was probably the best, but I wanted to punch Anna Kendrick in the face for her annoying acting. It was so frustrating. But the thing is, like, it's a true story, and I didn't know that going in, which that is the coolest part about it. It's a ridiculous story. So I guess if you're interested in that part of it, maybe check it out, but it's not a very good movie, I don't think. And then the last new one that I watched was the new Robin Hood movie with Taron Egerton.
Oh,
How was that?
yeah.
This movie is not very good, but boy howdy, I actually really liked it.
Yeah.
It's got a terrible story, but the action in it is really cool. Jamie Foxx was fine. Taron Egerton was fine. It wasn't very long, which was nice. But yeah, like the bow action and all the fighting and everything was really cool. So I was really entertained on a plane, I guess.
It's the best Green Arrow movie we'll get.
Probably.
That's unfortunate.
But
On so many levels.
yeah, I think I'd give that one a fanboy worthy for people that like watching bad action movies. I don't know.
On board.
That was probably, out of all those new ones that I watched, that was probably the one I enjoyed most. It's not a good movie, though. I should tell you right now, like, it's not very well made, like, story-wise and really acting-wise.
Yeah.
And then I watched one more movie, too, when I was over there. I was a little late to this one. I didn't know if I was going to get to see it, but we decided to venture out to the movie theater, and I watched Avengers Endgame in Nepal.
Well, thank goodness.
Yeah, thank goodness, so I could unmute 50 words on Twitter.
How did it feel?
To unmute it?
Yeah. I just read the text.
My mom is texting me. What's up, Mama? Happy Mother's Day also to my mom. Yesterday was Mother's Day, and I love my mom. So, what was the question?
We didn't
You were
ask
talking
the question.
about
You were talking about
Endgame.
Avengers.
Oh, okay.
So chances are anyone who's watching or listening to this has probably already seen it, but
I'll keep it spoiler for you
oh,
still.
okay, well,
just
good for you.
just for the sake of I don't want to get roasted by somebody, that one random person that happens to click on it. There's always one, isn't there? I have never screamed so loud in a movie before. Usually it's like a whoa or a, oh, that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Vocally, at a certain point, everybody probably can figure out which one if you've seen it. I vocally screamed, "Oh my god!" at the top of my lungs. I've never yelled like that in a movie.
Brett and I yelled.
I could not.
I did the whole like, yeah.
I could not believe it was happening, and I was so
Brought
happy.
My hands up and everything.
I cried the entire third act.
Yep.
And then
I had to go back and see it again because I actually couldn't visualize it through the tears.
yeah. So the second time I saw it, I went and saw it again when I got home in IMAX because I see in IMAX.
Oh yeah.
I cried more
Yeah.
because I knew what was going to happen when certain characters said things or they're foreshadowing things, or I just noticed other things. Man, dude, that movie's rough. I love that movie. The nostalgia, all the nostalgia stuff in it worked super well, and it was super effective for me.
It's great. They earned it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They earned every little bit
Absolutely.
that they did.
The one thing, my biggest gripe about the movie, I actually really, really hate this. I hate the rat.
Yeah.
I hate the rat.
Yeah.
I thought that was so stupid. There's too many things in Infinity War and Endgame that just happen by chance. Like, it's a 1 in 14 million thing, and you have to throw the rat in there too. I was just like, somebody Should have
Was
saved
it-
him. Somebody
but
should have
was it
saved
a-
him.
Was it a rat or was it a mouse?
Who cares?
Was it Master Splinter?
Was it Mickey?
No.
Like it.
See the subtle
Um,
context? Yeah.
Yes, I get it. But I think also it was a rat. It was huge.
It was pretty big.
So and also like a Nepali theater, it's definitely not what you expect. I keep getting questions. How was the theater there? Was it in English? Yes, it was in English and there was no subtitles. It was exactly like going to the
interesting.
Warren. It was the nicest building we went in. It was the only air conditioned building we went in. And it was really fun. They had armed security guards there.
Yeah.
That was cool.
What are like ticket prices like over there?
So it was about 3,000 rupee, I think. So about $3, maybe $3 to $5.
Jeez.
Holiday season, we're just all flying into Paul to
Yeah,
watch movies.
well, then it's gonna go up to about maybe 1,800. So,
Dang it.
but yeah, I
A
think
master plan
six.
to save on ticket prices.
I think
is
six
backfired.
six of us went for $23,
Wow.
and then we also got snacks, and I bet that was probably like another $10 for 2 popcorns and 2 drinks or something. I don't
Two
know.
of us in IMAX was more than that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Everything is quite a bit cheaper over there.
Oh yeah.
Let's see.
What else you gotta fill us in on?
So just kind of my trip. It was a lot of fun. It was really insane. Probably the craziest part was when we left Kathmandu. We were driving in a bus to a place that's probably about from Wichita to Newton.
Okay. Yeah.
It took us 5.5 hours on a bus and a 2-hour hike
Oh my goodness.
to get there
That's crazy.
because the roads are through the mountains.
Right.
So you're going up and down and winding around. But then also it's like 1.5 lanes and everybody has to wind around each other. It's all dirt roads. I mean, it's fun though. It's really cool. I mean,
Oh, I'm
and
sure it's
then they have
yeah,
these things
an
called
experience.
micros, and it's like a 15 passenger van, but it's probably built for like 10, and they probably put like 35 people in there.
Sounds like Jamaica. That's how it was
It
in
wa-
Jamaica.
It was a really insane trip. I had so much fun hanging out with everybody there, and the smog was a little unfortunate. We couldn't see the Himalayas, and they're
Yeah.
right there.
Oof.
Like if there was no
I wouldn't
clouds
think,
or smog, you'd be able to
you
see
know,
Everest.
when I think about like Nepal, I don't think of
Smog.
smog. When I hear
Yeah.
like China, I think of smog.
Yeah, well,
Or
it's
India.
so Kathmandu is 7 miles long, and it's a bit wider too.
That's
I
as
think it's
big
about
as it is?
it's about 90 square miles. I think it's pretty small, and there's 7 million people.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Jeez.
And then there's 5 million dogs, is what a guy told us there as a joke. He's like 7 million people, 5 million dogs, and like. There's cows. They'll just walk down this. Oh my gosh, the roads, no rules. It was awesome. It's just free for all. It's like if you want to survive, stay on the left,
Yeah.
but go for it, man. You can drive on the right. You can go backwards. You can go 60. You can go 5. Just get there. And I was riding on the back of scooters, and oh, dude, it's so much fun. I was having a blast on the back of the scooter.
That
Let's
sounds
see.
horrifying to me.
So I brought some snacks for you guys if you want
Oh.
one.
What are they?
It's like a Pringle, except it's Nepali. It's like a spicy Pringle kind of.
Ooh.
This is kind of what we like survived on. They are very, very delicious. Sorry for the crinkle crackles in the audio version, everybody. They're going, what the heck's going on? Oh, they're still good.
Ooh, they they do look like Pringles, little
I'll
wafers.
just take one. Yep. Oh, they're so good.
Oh, thank you, sir.
It's not like spicy. It's kind of like a.
They're like Thin Mint.
Thin
Not
Mints.
Thin Mint.
What kind of Thin Mint are you eating?
I have a very odd idea of what a Thin Mint is. Not Thin Mint.
It tastes like a pizza Pringle. Kind of.
Yeah.
They're good though. This is what we survived on when we were hiking and stuff.
They do have a little bit of a spice to them.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
But yeah.
I approve.
See, is there anything else I can talk about with that? Delbot Power 24 hour. Only 9 hour. I won't explain that. Anyway, I actually still have a ton more stuff to get through that I actually did when I got back because I was sick and didn't have anything to do. So I watched Into the Badlands. You guys ever watch that? Season 3 was on Netflix. Added a while back. I'd really recommend that if you want to watch some really cool kung fu action in the style of like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, because it's those choreographers. The story sucks, but that's not why I watch it.
Yeah.
The action is so cool.
Yeah.
I watched that. It was good. And then I watched The 100 season 5.
Are they on season 5 already?
They're in middle of season 6. I watch it when I get
my
back
goodness.
because I don't want to be spoiled about what happened. And like, seriously, that show is the most insane thing. I really want to say, but where they're at now is just like, if you would have guessed that at the end of season 1, I was like, you're a psychic or something, because it is nowhere close to what it was. And then I saw Endgame again on Friday, and I saw Pikachu, and I watched John Wick last night.
Nice.
I'm back, baby.
He's back.
You want to go ahead and knock out your long list?
How long did I just go there? I feel I'm exhausted.
You went like 20 minutes. Just kidding. It wasn't quite 20. Yeah, so I did a few things. I binged season 1 of Veep. I know I'm like 10 years late on that.
What is Veep?
Veep is a Julia Louis-Dreyfus HBO like office type comedy about her being the vice president, and like I know eventually she becomes president, and
Spoilers.
uh,
I'm not gonna watch
at this
it.
point we're like they're like 8 seasons in.
Yeah.
And they just I think just this last week actually did the series finale.
Oh.
So that was I had heard it on kind of they were on the talk show circuit. So I was like, "Oh, I'll check that out. I've got HBO." Yeah, I enjoyed it. It's adult. It's like an adult Office. You know, lots of swearing. It's HBO, and yeah.
Classic HBO. They know what they like.
On the complete
they do.
opposite side of the spectrum, I watched She-Ra season 2. I finally I had started it like a month ago when it first came out, and I finally finished it. It's only 7 episodes long, compared to 13 in the first one. So I was a little bummed how fast it kind of came to an end, but it was good.
Better than season 1?
No,
Man,
but they're doing setup stuff now. They're really trying to world build,
Okay.
and I think season 3 is coming out in the summer. So
you're a fan of She-Ra, Dragon Prince, and Last Airbender?
yeah,
And you haven't watched Voltron? Are you kidding me, Brett? You're killing me, man.
I know. I'm sorry. Too many other things.
Yeah, I know. I get that.
Dude, you're a machine when it comes to watching shows.
You are. Hey, if you wanna
Can I borrow that skill?
I was almost gonna suggest babysitting my kid for a week, but
No.
that would be a terrible. That would
Not doing
make
it.
me a horrible parent. It's super irresponsible.
Yeah. I will not watch your kid. I'll be watching Voltron.
Like
She'd
you
love
should
to watch
be.
it with you. So there's this game I play. It's called Destiny 2.
Wait,
I don't know
what?
if you've heard of it.
What is it?
Destiny 2.
I've been out of the loop a while.
I
so-
know you have.
It's Destiny 2?
Destiny 2.
Like Destiny also? I'll have to look it up, I guess.
Yeah. So Bungie dropped a new dungeon last week, kind of out of the blue. This is part of their kind of ongoing annual pass roadmap. Is that once a month? It's not once a month they drop a dungeon, but they have these kind of little events or new missions and things like that. And this one's pretty cool. I haven't beaten it yet. It's quite difficult. It's called 0 Hour, and it unlocks a exotic weapon from Destiny 1. So
Outbreak perfected.
Outbreak perfected.
Nice.
I thought of another thing that I did.
And of course you did.
What'd you do?
I went back into Anthem and I played the new Stronghold just the other night.
How was it? I saw you on it.
Are they
Yeah.
still updating that game?
I guess. I remember a while back they're like, yeah, our stuff isn't gonna drop for a while.
We're not
And I was
quite
just like,
hitting
yeah, that makes sense. But I mean, I had fun. I had fun playing that game. I'm really good at that game.
Here's the deal.
I jumped back in and I was just trucking forward.
If if we can get like, if Anthem destroys itself, self implodes, and we can get BioWare to make like another proper single player game, I'm fine with that.
Me too.
Because we don't need more
Looter shooters.
Well, and we'll talk about that in our news. Not really, but kind of. And then the last thing I did was watch Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah, I did that too.
Season 8, episode 5. Only one more to go.
Yes.
And we'll mention that a little more later. That's all I did.
It's almost.
I'm gonna run with it. I played Black Ops 4 on the new map.
Oh,
the
the flooded.
Yeah, the flooded map.
How is it?
Tons of fun. Really enjoy it. Got like 6 wins
We need to get in there together.
for the week. I've been playing some multiplayer as well. I've played all the new maps. And do you guys remember WMD?
Yeah.
Okay, they put that back in the game.
Really?
Do you know
What an
how
interesting
big
decision.
that map used to feel?
Is that the one with the big satellite dish?
It's like a big Russian compound, and there's like buildings and it's multiple levels and stuff like that.
Okay, I'm thinking of 2.
You should look it up. You would know what it is right away. But
I think I'm thinking.
that map used to feel so big, but like movement now on these games is so much faster. The map is tiny.
Yeah.
You can get
Isn't it
corner to
crazy
corner
how that-
so quick.
How that works?
It blows my mind.
Okay, yeah, this is the one I was thinking of.
Yeah, it's insane. It's really fun though. I really like the map a lot, other than getting sniped from above me all the time.
Yeah.
The other new maps, one of them is like way too big. I think it's called Parade or Masquerade or something. I don't know. Whatever. And then the other map is like really simple. It's like I got killed by a geyser in it. Yeah. There's
Just a
geysers,
stream of water?
No, just like
Like Old Faithful's like, boom, and you're like, see you.
Yep. I was standing on top of it when it blew up
What?
and it killed me. Yeah.
That's kind of awesome, but
Yeah,
also
right.
horrible.
It's interesting. I read Daredevil Yellow, which I have here for Luke to read.
Noise.
Really good. Jeff Loeb, Tim Sale. They do Jeff Loeb does a really good job of tapping into the emotional side of a character, and also writing an action-based like mystery. So it's really good. I'd highly recommend it. I've heard the whole Color series is really good, but I've only read Daredevil Yellow.
And his other comic, Long Halloween, is my favorite.
Yeah.
So
I think he did. Did he do?
in Dark Victory.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did he do Dark Victory as well? When I finished that, I started reading Jeff Johns' Shazam run from the New 52, which is what the movie is based on. That is absolutely incredible. So good. Highly recommend that as well. I picked up Sonic Mania. I think I talked about that last week.
Yeah.
I haven't played too much of it. That game's hard. Like way harder than I thought it was going to be. And then I watched John Wick 1 last night.
Finally.
I have never seen John Wick until then, and it's really good.
Yeah, it is.
Really good.
I would give it a fanboy worthy. I'd give it a booyah, but that doesn't work.
It's
I'd
not
give
for
it a
everyone.
booyah.
Yeah, I wouldn't tell like a 5-year-old to watch that movie, but
Well, I tell a 5-year-old to go outside.
yeah, but
I wouldn't tell my mom to watch that movie.
Oh, I would tell my mom to watch it. She would love it.
My mom could not get past the dog.
Oh,
It's quick though.
Yeah.
Just gotta warn them about it, then they'll be
Yeah.
okay.
shout out to Alfie Allen. Always,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
good.
Hmm.
He's a good actor. I actually really like him. He's grown on me. But yeah, that's it. Oh, and I watched another episode of Doom Patrol because I'm in the process of catching up on that.
Oh yeah, me too.
That's about it.
That show is the best show 2019 so far.
Okay.
What
we're
he
going to
said
news.
was that
Whatever
show
this
is the
guy's.
Crime wave.
Best show of 2019 so far.
Other
And
breaking
I would agree.
news. Water. Wet.
From beginning to end. It's better. But news time.
News. Yeah.
We are all kind of disjointed at the moment. I'll kick it off.
Yeah. Do it.
This broke late last week, maybe this weekend. Michael Rooker is rumored for King Shark in James Gunn's The Suicide Squad. If you don't know who Michael Rooker is, he is Yondu in the Guardians movies.
Did you see
He's also
his tweet?
Merle.
Yeah, Merle on Walking Dead.
No, I did not see his tweet.
He denied it.
Oh,
he said
really?
he says I'm not in it.
Interesting.
So we'll see.
So
I bet
they're
he is.
saying there's a chance.
Yeah.
He's a goofy dude. It would not
Yeah.
surprise me if he's just lying.
I wouldn't either, and plus just
It's contract stuff.
It's-
People always lie, but like about that
yeah.
before an actual announcement.
So I didn't write this down as news, but have you guys heard the rumors about like Idris Elba and like
Yeah.
who's playing Batman and like,
Oh,
all
yeah.
this stuff? Nicholas Hoult is rumored for Batman now. I say yes, absolutely.
Sure. Great actor.
And then the Idris Elba thing apparently is rumored to be Deathstroke now.
I also heard Sportsmaster.
Sure. I trust that Idris Elba could do good with either of those, but
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's Bron Steiger though.
yeah, I am too.
Yeah.
I think James Gunn's playing the game now. He's starting to toy with people.
Yep.
But I thought that was a pretty fun little
Yeah.
news bit. That movie's picking up a lot of steam.
Yeah. We had a game announcement this week. A new Ghost Recon game coming out. Ghost
Yeah.
Recon Breakpoint. This seems to be an evolution off of Wildlands. I watched the trailer and was vaguely interested, but didn't seem like there was anything there that stood out so much that made me want to hop in. I don't know. What do you guys think?
One, the island they're on doesn't make sense. Like,
Got every biome in there.
yeah, I was gonna say, like, it has every kind of situation you could ever imagine in the wilderness. I don't know. Wildlands intrigued me when it was announced and when the beta came out, and I got into the private beta and it didn't work. Like, the game physically didn't work. Like, I couldn't move my character. And so from then on, I've just kind of left it alone. Like, I don't know. It could be really good. I've never played it. It has a lot of people on it all the time. I mean, people enjoy it a lot. So, I don't know.
I watched the trailer, and you mentioned an island with multiple types of places, and they show 4 people standing together. I thought this was for a battle royale game.
Nope.
Nope.
That's the vibe I got from it, and the only vibe I got. Like, I was just like, I'm not playing this.
Nope. It's like The Division.
Oh, it is?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I didn't get that at all.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. So, like what I was saying earlier with, like,
Looter shooters.
we don't... I don't think every publishing company needs to put out looter shooters, but... I
This
guess
is
that it's-
Ubisoft's second one, though.
That's true. It is, isn't
Because they
it?
have The Division and then they have Ghost Recon. Granted, Massive does The Division, but...
Yeah. And Ghost Recon's like kind of a big enough name that they'll still probably put out another game like
Isn't Ghost Recon a Tom Clancy thing?
yes. So it's Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon
Breakpoint.
Breakpoint.
And also Tom Clancy's The Division.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And also Tom Clancy. Oh no. Yeah, is it Rainbow Six Siege? Still Tom? Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Tom Clancy's still pumping stuff out.
Did anybody play Rainbow Six Vegas?
Yes.
I actually really like
That was a great game, or series of games. Were there 3 or just 2?
2.
There were 2. Yeah. Anyways,
I liked that.
Ghost Recon Breakpoint, maybe.
It exists.
If you like Ghost Recon, it's probably for you.
Yeah.
What else we got?
We got an It trailer.
Oh, we got a couple trailers this week. That was a fantastic trailer.
Yo, I'm so psyched for that.
It actually looks scary this time.
Yeah, just that long. I like that the first half or 3/4 of that
was a
trailer was
scene.
just a scene.
Yeah.
Yep.
That really built up the suspense, and then
And I was listening to people
Then
like
they had
talk
a little
about it, and they're like,
montage.
"This is like straight from the book,"
yeah,
which is really cool.
it's great.
That
Gives me
old
lots of
lady
hope.
was
It's a great
so
cast.
creepy.
They have such an all-star cast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as the writing's just not
As long as they don't Game of Thrones it, I think they'll be all right.
Ooh, hot take
Hot
coming in.
Tease for later.
The other trailer that I just saw tonight because Luke and Tyler mentioned it was Maleficent, Mistress of Evil.
I haven't
So
watched
it's a
it.
sequel to I don't know when the first Maleficent came out, like 2014 maybe.
I didn't see it.
Me either.
2014.
I saw the trailer,
2015. Yeah, it looks okay. It looks about like the first one.
I can't
which
wait
is
to skip it.
So I support it. I'll support it just on the basis that it's not just a carbon copy of a previous animated Disney animated film. Like, I'll appreciate that they
Trying to do something.
They tried to do something different, which is here's a character in a story that you know, and we're going to make a movie about that character. And I'd much rather see that than a Dumbo or Aladdin or Lion King remake. Although Lion King is going to be amazing.
There's one more trailer that came out.
Tick,
Yeah.
Tick,
The Watchmen,
Tick.
HBO's Watchmen series trailer came out with that has Regina King. Is that her
Yeah.
name? And Yahya Abdul-Mateen are in it. And
Very interested.
I thought it looked really good.
What's his face?
Jeremy Irons.
That's his
Jeremy
face.
Irons.
Ozymandias.
Yes. I
Yeah.
love me some Jeremy Irons.
I think that looks really good, personally.
Yeah.
I was intrigued. I don't really know what to think about it yet.
It's
They
still
haven't revealed a
so
lot.
yeah, it's very much a tone teaser trailer
Mhm.
rather than like here's the actual story you're gonna get.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
yeah.
Just keep going.
Fortnite Season 9. I don't think any of us really play Fortnite anymore, but it's here. If you play it,
Some
let
of
us
us
know
barely
how it
played to
is.
begin with.
Yeah.
Supposedly it's all future based. The little trailer was good. They do great trailers. They have good marketing. It intrigued me, but not enough to switch back from Apex.
Yeah.
So
Nintendo made an announcement at E3. They're going to have a direct showing 2019 Switch titles.
woohoo!
I'm excited about that. And they announced that Super Mario Maker 2 is coming out June 23rd, I think. It's pretty quick,
Yeah, I remember it
Um,
not being very far away.
but it's coming out pretty quick. That's awesome. Do you have more news?
I don't know.
Monster Hunter World is
Just keep
getting
going.
an expansion. I wrote down December, but I don't think it's. I think maybe it's
Sooner?
November 6. It's called Iceborne. Monster Hunter World was one of those games that came out 2 years ago. Is it just last year?
Last year.
It was just
I
last
played
year.
it.
Got rave reviews. I never played it. It was up for a number of Game of the Year awards, so I just figured I'd mention it. If you had played it and enjoyed it, there's more coming.
I played it. It was pretty cool. I don't know. It wasn't something for me.
It's a looter shooter. Or not shooter, but
It's really complicated.
it's a looter game.
The Batwoman
Yeah.
CW show got picked up for series off of its
did.
pilot.
Yep.
If that interests you. CW superhero shows, Euron Greyjoy fits right in.
Another
comes and goes.
tease.
Yeah. Also, the God of War, like making of
Oh, that
documentary is now out.
I need to
on
watch that.
YouTube.
People are loving it. Corey Barlog is just awesome. So if anything, watch it for that guy. He's really cool.
Yep.
I haven't watched it yet. I plan to at some
I
point.
haven't had time.
Yeah.
Who has time?
Mother's Day weekend.
Right?
A lot of stuff going on.
Mothers are important.
They are. Love your moms. New Matrix movie is in development.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about this.
Whatever. It's we're at that point where like we're gonna start seeing a lot of that.
That's true. Actually, I'm kind of surprised that it hasn't gotten remade based on just culture.
Mm.
It
So-
doesn't even have to be a remake. It can be in continuation. It's how the Matrix works. I should probably get closer to my mic. Sorry, everybody.
They should just make Neo Morpheus now and have a new
Oh yeah.
person.
And bring
I just
in,
think
bring in
with,
some young blood.
with as popular as Keanu
Female.
Reeves is, you're
Emily Blunt.
surely going to capitalize on that if it's not a complete remake.
The Matrix rebooted. There's your title.
Isn't that already one?
I think that was the name of the video game. Sorry.
Yeah, you can still do it. Makes it a video game movie.
Speaking of video game, no.
Not yet.
And then one last thing, the Russo brothers said in a press junket that they would come back to Marvel for the Fantastic Four.
Yes, please.
Oh, okay. I forgot about this just until now.
You're welcome.
This oh my gosh, this would make me so happy. Because I was telling you about this when we were watching Game of Thrones and John Wick last night. I was like, this would get me so excited because they have done almost every single character. They've done my favorite version of it,
Yeah.
or at least my favorite costume of that character.
Right.
Like they introduced Black Panther so well. They introduced Spider-Man almost perfectly. They made Iron Man a actually good character for me. Somebody I didn't like until the end of Civil War and then into Infinity War. And they did the Captain America movies. So yes, please. That would be so awesome. I want to see their version of Doom, especially after Zemo and Thanos.
Yep. Well, yeah, we were talking about last week on the show. One of the questions was, who's the next big bad? And
Dr. Doom was one of them.
came up as a potential, and
I could see
they could shape him into something really cool.
Galactus.
I would use Doom as a Loki character, except an actual evil version of Loki, because Doom is not a good person. But I would say I said Galactus in the chat when I was talking to you guys, and then I think Kang would be another good option too, since they've kind of gone into timey-wimey stuff now.
Yeah.
Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah, in his chair with that dumb helmet. Bring it on.
Well, I've got one more news story that is actually our main topic. Are we ready to move on to that?
Have you talked about Ryan Johnson yet?
Matrix redo. Or
The Matrix redo.
EUX.
Oh, okay.
That was
Cool.
JT's suggestion.
No.
There's a rumor, and it comes from John Campia. So
Oh,
it has a little
Wait.
asterisk.
weight to it, and I don't like that guy, but that's okay. He's in the industry, but according to him, Ryan Johnson is out for Star Wars.
Who knows?
I did not like The Last Jedi, but I'd rather have him than the other trilogy that's being worked on. Hot tease for later.
Well,
Lots of
well,
those.
and we can talk about Star Wars in our next topic.
Yeah.
So let's just switch on over to that right now.
Star Wars.
Disney released their release schedule. They released their
Their slate.
schedule, their slate from like now. It was actually last week up until 2022, and then they have some films that are in 2023
4, 5, 6, and
to
7.
27.
That's ridiculous.
So the big ones that like we're talking about, obviously we have Star Wars this year in December, and then we'll have a year break where we don't have Star Wars. We'll actually have a 2-year break.
What a break they're taking. Wow.
But then in 2021 they're going to release Avatar 2, which is pushed back. It was coming out in 2020. Now it's coming out in 2021, and then from 2021 to 2027, every year the weekend before Christmas, there will either be an Avatar or a Star Wars.
And an Aquaman.
So that's 3 Avatar movies.
I thought he was about to drop an F-bomb. It's like,
Three,
what?
3 Star Wars movies. So this is essentially probably the next trilogy. The next trilogy from Star Wars.
By those really good writers at
So
HBO.
we don't know if that is Benioff and Weiss, or if that's Ryan Johnson, or who
We don't know what's going on.
Again, the it's not coming out for another 3 years.
Yeah.
3.5 years. The script doesn't even have to be done. I mean, chances are, creatively where they're at is they had a deal with Ryan, they had a deal with Benioff and Weiss, and they're probably picking at this point, right?
Pick your poison.
Pick your poison.
Oh, man.
Maybe they drop both of them. I don't know. The point being, there's still plenty of time for them just to be like, actually, we don't want to do either of these. Let's do something new.
Yeah.
Still time to do that if they really want to.
They should choose us.
They should not choose us. That's a bad decision.
I can criticize, but I can not write. And I can stand by that 100%.
Did you guys get to look at the schedule at all?
I looked at it, but it was just like Times New Roman on a white sheet, so I just stopped looking at it. It was just so boring. I couldn't do it.
We get
Hit the big
a
ones.
untitled. So 2019, everyone probably knows what's going on there. 2020, we have a Kingsman movie coming out on February 14th.
I hate that that's part of Disney. I don't know why. It bugs
Sorry.
me. Bugs me. It's okay though. I'll still watch it.
We're getting the live action Mulan next year, March 27th.
I'm actually excited
Oh,
for that.
guys, the one that we keep talking about, New Mutants, got pushed again to
That movie's never coming
April.
out.
That movie,
April of 2020.
the movie has no point in coming out in theaters at a good slot. Just release it. They didn't pay for the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just take the money and run.
Yeah, or just release it on Disney Plus.
You'll at least get $30 probably.
You going to a matinee? No.
We also then
$18.
I think we have our biggest break between Marvel movies coming up after Spider-Man
Second
in
biggest, I
July. Oh, is it?
I think it's the second
Second
biggest
biggest.
break.
We don't get another Marvel movie until May of next year.
What will
May
I
1st.
ever do?
Untitled Marvel movie. So,
It's probably going to be either
The Eternals?
The Eternals or Black Widow.
yeah. Those are the two that are closest to
And let me
Ready?
just say something.
coming out.
Yeah.
You better schedule a freaking Fantastic Four movie in there. Stat.
Hey, I gave you that sticker.
Yeah, you
Needs
did.
to be
I
there.
really want that. Like, I'm pretty recent getting into the Fantastic Four, but I've just been loving what I've been seeing in the comics. So, man, I just really, really want that.
Do it. So we talked about how Maleficent shifted into October of 2019. Artemis Fowl actually was pushed back till the end of May.
Are they reshooting the
2020.
entire movie? They should.
Probably. Who knows? I don't know.
They should just have that release with New
It's
Mutants
always
double
concerning
Yeah,
when
there
you
you go.
put out a trailer, and this happened with a number of
New Mutants?
Yeah, New Mutants too. And
Feature. Trailer's been out
everyone's
for like 2 years.
what? And then they're immediately like, oh, we gotta push back the date. Oh no. They should have done that for Sonic too, but instead they're just like, no, we're gonna fix it fast.
Dude, what if it's actually good?
Hey man.
It won't be. But what if
Maybe.
it is?
What are you talking about? Sonic or New Mutants?
We're getting
Sonic.
Both.
we're
It's a
getting
better chance than New
a
Mutants.
Bob's Burgers movie. That's interesting. I
I've
know
never
the
watched the
show's
show.
fairly popular, so
Dude, the first episode of that show is hilarious.
Watched.
Death on the Nile. That is a sequel to
Murder on the Orient
Murder
Express.
on the Orient Express.
You excited for that, Tyler?
Yep.
I don't know what I should believe. Your
Nope.
head nod or your voice?
No, I am not, but I will see it because I'm sure it's going to have a amazing cast that underperforms.
We're getting a West Side Story.
I'm there for that. Spielberg's dream project.
I think
I'll
it's,
take it.
Yeah, I think it's about time.
I'm excited for that.
I'm more or less okay with that. And then the last one of 2020 that really makes me scratch my head is Cruella.
With Emma Stone. She's playing Cruella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I
screw that
still
movie.
don't.
want
Again,
that.
like this is a little bit like Maleficent. Like
Why are they choosing
when
the villains?
you're focusing on these villains.
I know why.
They're making them. I mean, at least in Maleficent, she's kind of a like she doesn't start out the villain.
So there's actually a series of novels
Oh,
for
really?
all of them. Yeah, Ursula, Cruella, Maleficent, all of the witch from Snow White.
Okay,
Cruella.
interesting.
Yeah, there's
Cruella.
books for all of them. Sorry, I just remember that. I remember seeing them at Barnes and Noble, and I was like, "What is this?" I'm not gonna read them.
So,
I'm not gonna see them.
Then we get into 2021, and most of these are just untitled. So we have 1, 2, 3 untitled Marvel movies,
Doctor Strange, Black Panther,
2, 3,
and
4.
a new project.
5
Spider-Man.
No, not that
untitled. Oh no. 4 untitled Disney live action movies, which
Ay, ay, ay.
Does that mean more
Again,
remakes?
I'm gonna guess they're mostly remakes.
The Aristocats.
Could be some new
Actually, I like that movie.
ones.
It's good.
Yeah.
We got an Untitled. Untitled Indiana Jones is also coming out in 2021. So that one has been in development for like 3 years now.
I'm actually really excited for that because I'm a huge Indiana Jones fan, specifically Raiders. I think that movie is freaking amazing, probably my top 20. But I'd be way more excited if Harrison Ford wasn't involved.
I know rumors have been, I know he has been involved in the past. Do we still think he will be by the time this movie comes out?
If he's still alive. Like, I don't mean that like jokingly. I'm serious.
No, but like he has close encounters all the time with his
His planes.
No, I think I really enjoyed Tomb Raider. It was kind of like a A- B movie that was kind of a modern take on Indiana Jones. And I think if you have the Indiana Jones name and you kind of apply that formula, you can make that work in today's age. I think it'd be nice to get a little more mystery in
an
our
adventure
world.
movie.
Yeah.
I like adventure movies. You don't get enough of those.
I've heard this, and this has always been my thought too for Indiana Jones. Bring, like, if you're gonna use an older Harrison Ford, try and young him up a bit, so it doesn't look 90.
Yeah.
But then also bring in Stephen Yeun to play Short Round. Bring him back from Temple of Doom. I loved that character. He was very hilarious. Yeah. That's what I think they should do.
Yeah.
Stephen Yeun's great, by the way.
And then finally in
Fun
2021 is when they start doing the Avatar. The 2021 is when Avatar 2 will come out.
What comes out first, Avatar 2 or New Mutants?
New Mutants.
New Mutants.
I don't know, man.
In some form or another, New Mutants.
I don't know.
will
I think
come out.
Avatar. I agree. Avatar 2 will come out in 2025 after 4 more delays, and then in 2026, New Mutants will follow in January, in the toilet season right after Avatar 2.
So, yeah, and then in 2022 we get Star Wars. 2023 Avatar 3. So on and so forth.
Flippy floppy.
Till 2027 with Avatar 5, because for some reason we need 5 of those movies.
One was enough.
One was okay. Actually, if they do more original things with it, I'm okay to see. I just don't.
We're going underwater.
We did that whole like, hey, let's start a whole dark universe before we even hit the ground, and it's like we made one movie that made a crap ton of money. Don't get me wrong. But then we're going to have a 10-year break, and then we're going to make 4 more movies.
We expect them to have the same success.
They are not going to have the same. They might. I don't know.
I just love that, like,
they get Disney marketing push
James
behind
Cameron
it,
likes
so.
to hate on all these big universes, and now he's doing it.
Now he's doing his own. It's not a universe. It's a series. Anyways, let us know what you guys are most excited for in the
next 2 years?
Next couple years from Disney / Fox. At this point, it's all Disney now.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting how, what was it, like 3, maybe 2 to 5 months ago, somewhere in there. I don't know. They were like, after Rise of the Skywalker, we're going to take a break from Star Wars. And literally the break is a normal production schedule.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, whatever. Like, whatever you say, Lucasfilm. I'll be there, though, day one, so it's all good.
Yeah.
So
I love Star Wars too much.
We'll be there watching it.
Siebel tells me to don't pretend you're not excited about Avatar. And
well, here's the thing. Actually, I am excited. I enjoyed
off,
Avatar when I saw it.
I love sci-fi.
Yeah.
And I think James Cameron does visuals and like almost better than anyone else.
Here's also the thing. You don't bet against James Cameron.
No.
I liked Alita, a movie I hated on before it came out, and now I'm waiting for it to come on Blu-ray so I can buy it and see it again.
Here's the deal. If he turns down a project like Alita to do his Avatar films, that means he's pouring a lot of blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah.
I hate on James Cameron as an individual way more than as a creative. Like
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like his personality, I just don't care for.
It's
and
above average height,
there's
James Cameron.
other creators out there who I feel the same way of, but I really respect their work. And so, yeah, like in a way, I am excited for Avatar sequels. In another way, I think when you try and plan out that far in advance, and I just think like
I think you hurt yourself.
I do. I mean, it works. Like Lord of the Rings did 3 movies at once, and it worked fantastic. The Hobbit also did 3 movies at once, and it did not work nearly as well.
Right.
So like,
It's hard to do.
it's very
I like the
hard to
Hobbit
do.
movies, but
So I like them too.
I enjoy
I just
them.
don't think they're as well done as.
Don't let Chris hear us say that.
hey, Chris, if you ever listen to us, please know that I like the Hobbit movies.
I did too.
Okay, let's move on to Fanbox.
What?
Fanbox.
Are we not talking about?
Pikachu and
Oh my gosh,
Game
I
of
don't
Thrones?
even have that written down. Yeah, let's do some quick non-spoiler impressions of Detective Pikachu and Game
Did
of
we
Thrones.
just time travel? I feel like we missed something.
Meow.
We can talk about Pikachu real quick. Luke, what'd you think?
So I decided to go see this because I heard the soundtrack was really good. And I listened to it at work on Friday, and the tweet I saw was absolutely correct. The soundtrack by Henry Jackman is stellar. I really liked it. It's a nice futuristic, but still orchestrated, and I really, really like that. But I'm not a Pokemon fan. I've gone on record many times on this podcast, in fact. I think Pokemon is kind of dumb. And by kind of dumb, I mean dumb. I don't mean to offend anybody about that, but I don't like it. To me, it's dogfighting. It was fine.
It was fine,
Um,
but a good soundtrack.
a really good soundtrack. Henry
what
Jackman, man,
matters,
he's
right?
up and coming. Get him. He did Captain America: The Winter Soldier and Captain America: Civil War. If you don't know who he is, but the first act of this movie I thought was better than the second half. And it was fine at its best, I'd say. The second half I thought was so stupid that it made it enjoyable, kind of.
All right.
That's good.
But yeah, it was fine. Whatever. Tyler was a lot more excited to see it than
What's
me.
your rating of it?
All right.
Nice. I was very excited to see this because I grew up a huge Pokemon fan. And I kind of went through and put impressions and things of that nature down. For me, as a kid, I always wanted this kind of movie, but I wanted the classic Pokemon trainer battling to become the best kind of story, and that's not this movie. You have to sing it while you're crying. No, and it's not that kind of movie, and that's okay. I still really enjoyed it. I felt like a kid again. Like the nostalgia trip for me was just, it was there, and it worked.
Yeah.
I thought visually the movie looked really good, aside from a few scenes in the third act, namely. But what interests me is that they shot the whole thing on film. They didn't do it digitally because they wanted the CG Pokemon to look more real. I thought that was interesting.
Interesting. It's very interesting.
I thought most of the performances were good.
2 of the performances are good enough.
Yeah, the girl who plays Lucy, she's not good.
Catherine Newton.
Catherine Newton, not good. Justice Smith, good. Ryan Reynolds, good.
And I thought they worked good together.
Yeah.
They had good banter. I thought everybody else was awful.
I didn't think anybody else really mattered. They were just kind of there.
Man,
Along
Bill
for the ride.
Nye, he showed up, and I was like, oh, I know what you are.
Yeah.
Spoilers, sorry.
Talk
So,
about typecast.
Yeah. So for me, the movie is fanboy worthy. I think Pokemon fans will love it to some extent. I know there's some that probably won't, but I think for the most part, they'll really like it. But to sum up my overall thoughts, the third act will make or break the movie for most people because it's not good. And they do something kind of ridiculous that I don't think they should have done.
It's so dumb.
Yeah, it's really dumb. But so be it. Soundtrack's really good. I thought visually it looked really good.
I remember when you told me, I was like, yeah, I'm going to go see it. And you're like, all right, well, the third act is going to make it or break it for you. And I was like, okay, whatever. And I was sitting there, I was just like, what the freaking crap is this?
Yeah, the third act is just like, Wait, what? Really? Like, you see it coming from a mile away.
You're
but
like,
it's just
no, they're not doing that.
Okay. They are
Yes,
doing
they
it.
are.
But no, fanboy worthy for me. I really enjoyed it. Can't wait to see it again at home.
Also, I have no idea what they're going to do with a sequel. I thought they wrote themselves into a corner.
They definitely wrote themselves into a corner.
And-
I would agree with that.
I would hate to have to pin the sequel because I think they're going to have to do something kind of dumb to get it rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Ryan Reynolds line from the movie?
I don't remember any except the one from the trailer where he's like, very twisty.
My favorite line is there, he has two. One is smell my finger, and the other one is people touch me all the time. They pet me. They stick fingers in me.
Oh no!
And I was like, what?
What is
Did
this?
you catch that line?
I don't remember.
Why is this in a children's movie?
It's rated PG.
I think it's more aimed at teenagers.
Yeah.
But
Weird.
yeah, but that's my thoughts on it. If you're a Pokemon fan, I think you'll find enjoyment.
If you're not, you probably won't. Unless you like movies
you
that are
still-
ridiculous.
I think you still can. I think it's funny enough that
My biggest problem with it was the fact that with how predictable it is, it's so obvious what's going to happen with certain things, and then also like I didn't feel like they tried anything that was what am I trying to say? Like it's so generic what they do. It's like, all right, how do you make a movie? Do what everybody else did, and that's it. And like there's nothing bold whatsoever in it except for the stupid stuff in the third act. And even that is
pretty cookie cutter.
it's
Yeah.
So it sounds like
generic.
the gimmick though was Pokemon and Ryan Reynolds.
yeah.
Like that was their like
That was their pool.
that
I mean,
was their yeah.
That was their box office.
They're not
draw.
They're not looking for it to be a twisty
No,
surprise movie that
Very
like
twisty.
makes you think about things.
Well, no.
Again, I haven't seen it, so
mean,
I'm just grasping for straws here.
They wanted to make, I think, a detective movie, obviously, but I think they were trying to hit too wide of a demographic, like children for the Pokemon, adults
Right.
for the detective
For the
thing,
detective.
and it just doesn't work.
It,
And then, like
it
you
was
said,
a
they don't
4-quadrant
try
film,
anything.
and it probably needed to be a 3-quadrant.
Yeah, it
film.
just,
Yeah.
I don't know. I enjoyed it though.
Cool. And then real quick, all of us watched Game of Thrones last night. Non-spoilers, of course. We will do a spoiler show right after this, where we'll talk about all the good spoilers.
Wait, so we are doing 2 streams tonight?
Yeah, we are, man.
Oh, I asked you that before, and you said no.
What?
Yeah.
I can vouch for
Yeah.
Tyler.
Then I
was like-
misunderstood your
I was
question.
like, "Are we doing 2 streams tonight?" And you're like, "No," and I was like, "All right,
It's all good. We can get through it quick.
Yeah.
Here's my thoughts on Game of Thrones,
all good."
season 8, episode 5.
A peek behind the curtain of our super in-depth planning.
I don't care about
have
Game of
notes.
Thrones anymore.
We should have shared notes.
Yeah, we're good.
There's my thoughts. Did you guys hear me?
No.
I said I don't care about Game of Thrones anymore. Game of Thrones fatigue has hit my limit, and I just don't care anymore.
I liked this episode.
I was
thought
really-
it was, for all of the faults that season 8, 7 and 8, but 8 has, like, this still suffers from those problems of a rushed production schedule and just rushed storytelling. Like, you only have 6 episodes. You need 10.
Yeah, and the problem is the showrunners put that on themselves.
Yeah, that's what's most frustrating is knowing that
They
HBO
They made the
was like,
choice.
we would love to keep doing Game of Thrones.
yeah.
And clearly the content is there.
Yeah.
There's enough content to stretch out another couple seasons. And literally the showrunners were just like,
Yeah, no,
we want to do new things, which I get and respect. I also don't know then if I think you could seriously have like a conversation about like, all right, Benioff and Weiss are only doing up to season 7 or 8. After that, we're bringing someone else in.
Shows change showrunners a lot.
Yeah,
It happens all the time.
And I think it would have been. I mean, hindsight's 2020, but I think it would have been a better choice than what we have now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Without a
They're
doubt.
getting like raked over the coals, fairly or unfairly. It's still public perception. So
Yeah, and like I mean, I've been talking about how I'm excited for Game of Thrones to be over. I've hit the fatigue with it. It's exhausting to
Yeah.
watch and to listen to people talk about it, especially in the fanboy culture that goes around now, where if you hate it, you're a hater.
yeah,
You're not allowed to dislike something, or you're not allowed to like something, and it's just frustrating. And I feel like that's where Game of Thrones is at now.
and we just need to.
And it's kind
Become
of
too big.
it's just the thing that I guess I'm just giving up because I've been invested in it for so long, and it's still better than most TV.
Yeah.
right. Yeah,
But I mean, I just
it set the quality bar too high for itself.
no. It's just I don't think D&D know what they're doing.
Yeah.
My thoughts before we get too far down the rabbit hole. I didn't like it. That's where I'm at. I thought it was beautifully shot.
That is true.
I thought the music was fantastic.
Yep.
That's
I
true.
thought the episode was not good.
I agree.
That is my thoughts summed up.
Yeah. And then like I'll still watch the finale.
Oh
too.
yeah, I'll definitely.
Oh,
watch
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I'm not gonna bail on the last episode.
It's
I'm
like,
just
yep, nope, I'm done.
I'm just definitely not where I was before. I'm just like, okay, yeah, let's get it.
Yeah. Let's wrap this
But
up.
we were
The
kind of
show,
talking
not our
before
show. The Game of Thrones.
and how it seems to me, this is what I was talking about, they always will do the thing you don't expect, but the problem is everybody is expecting something else, so they pick something that actually nobody picked, and it's usually one thing, maybe one or two things out of the 20 decisions in the episode.
Mhm.
And it seems to not just go well this season.
Yeah, none of it's landing how I think they hoped.
Yeah.
And so we were talking before, and I was just like, I'm trying to think of the thing that nobody thinks of that also nobody's going to like. And I don't know. It's just,
Yeah.
it's
Well,
hard to
and-
speculate, which, I mean, that's part of the fun with what we do.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. I was
No,
just rambling.
speculation is fun, but again, like we've talked about many times before, like you have to understand that speculation in your own fan theories do not necessarily qualify what should happen or what will. So set those expectations realistically.
I'm pretty sure.
And it's definitely
So one of 'em should
definitely
happen.
Got out of hand with Game of Thrones. I feel like it got out of hand with Game of Thrones. Although again, they set themselves up and they've proven, I think, throughout this season that they're not trying to pay off
Everything they
everything they set up.
set up. Yeah.
So we'll see what they actually do pay off here in the last episode.
That's what interests me the most is to see like how are they going to end it?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot that
To their credit.
can still be answered.
To their credit, I have zero idea what's going to happen next
Yeah,
week.
no, I have no idea. And I
So,
think
like,
that's awesome.
I'm excited about it just from like a morbid curiosity perspective. Although I am still fairly invested. I'm probably out of the three of us the one who enjoyed the episode this week the most, and
yeah.
and probably have given
Yep.
them the biggest amount of grace for the season as a whole. But
yeah.
to each their own. It's fine.
I mean,
if you don't like it, you don't like it. If you do like it, it's great.
I think what I think makes this season so hard for me, in terms of like not enjoying it as much, is I'm currently rewatching it with my wife,
Oh, sure. So
and
you're
so I'm
seeing
seeing
all
like
of
where
the-
it came from, and I'm like, man, this show is incredible. And then every week I watch the new episode, and I'm just like, what happened? Like,
Yeah.
where did it go? Where did the magic go?
Yeah.
And again, Game of Thrones has set the standards so high for themselves that like their worst episode is some shows' best.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I mean, we're talking about like I didn't like it, right? But that doesn't mean that I'm saying the whole show sucks. Like,
Yeah.
that's not my thought at all. It just I didn't like the episode. I don't like where they're taking characters and how quickly they're taking those characters there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with taking characters to a point as long as you're not like
As long as
just
you
like-
earned it.
like
Like,
I'm
or-
here, yeah, as long as you earn it, right? So you're like right here, and we need you here, and we have 20 episodes to do it. Well, I feel like we have 2 episodes to go from here to here, and it's like everything's happening so
Yeah.
fast that it's kind of jarring when you watch it.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
And it's
Definitely
interesting,
my biggest criticism.
huh?
That's definitely my biggest
Oh
criticism.
yeah,
It's
I mean
just
I think that's the most
been, it
common
really
thought.
yeah
It's
it
too
really
rushed.
hurts the character development side of things.
On a show that was so good at developing characters and so well paced.
Yeah.
It has become the opposite of that, and it's weird.
And like even just watching like the actors in this last episode, you can really tell they're trying their hardest.
Yeah.
But I think just through the writing, it makes it look like either their acting is good, or you can tell that their acting is being hurt by
A script.
the script.
Yeah.
Like I don't blame any of the actors.
No. And actually, one of my favorite moments was actually Emilia Clarke this week. No spoilers, but like she had to have a very emotional scene where she shifts emotion, and like behind the scenes, that's totally done in like on a green screen set stage with nothing there to prompt her, and I thought she did a fantastic job.
Mm-hmm.
I actually thought this was the first time I wasn't like, man, she sucks as an actress. I actually thought she was pretty good. Granted, she had like 6 minutes of screen time, but I thought she was pretty good in this one.
Yeah.
There was a moment that I really did enjoy in between Tyrion and Jaime in this episode.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
That was, I think, the
That was
best
really
part
great.
of the episode.
When that scene started, I looked at Luke and I was like, they earned this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was something they earned.
And then they went, whoop!
Okay. So let's go into Fanbox now. Do we have more? Do I do more thing that I don't have on my script?
No.
Okay.
It's easy to forget about Pokemon.
I just didn't see it, so I didn't write it down.
It's all good.
Oh, it's all good.
That was pretty funny.
I did enjoy how they incorporated the song into the movie.
Better
Okay.
than Power Rangers.
Real quick,
Yes.
Game Lord Master
This one's for you,
on
man.
Twitter. This is a follow-up from one from last week. I'm still not 100% sold on Destiny 2 Forsaken. I played Destiny 2 initial release to completion. All exotics characters maxed out. The game felt stale and felt like Bungie was abusing the consumer. But Destiny is still one of my favorite games of all time. So then he also asked, like, what exactly is the annual pass? So Nick, I wouldn't say... It's interesting to me that you think that Destiny 2 initial release was abusing the consumer. I think it's probably one of that at that point when it came out, it was on the very low end of like the grindiness. You didn't have to like there weren't random rolls on weapons, so you didn't have to like find a weapon 15 times before you found the good version because they were all the same version. Now since then they've done things to like increase drop rates and kind of make the microtransaction aspect even less important, or it was never important but less in your face, and you can do things like earn dust so you can buy cosmetic things rather than just using real money. So the Forsaken campaign is probably, I mean, you're a pretty hardcore player, isn't gonna take you that long. I'd say the end game of Forsaken is pretty hardy. Some good length there, some good challenging activities. It's definitely one that keeps you coming back week after week based on time exclusive type things. Like the end game location changes each week in a 3-week cycle. So if you don't get something done on week 1, you can come back on week 4 and kind of redo that stuff, which you could find really awesome, or you could be like, oh crap, now I have to wait 3 weeks to do this one activity. And that's all just in Forsaken itself. The annual pass is essentially outside of like their live events. So recently there was the Revelry, Iron Banner. Those are free to whoever plays Forsaken or Destiny. I'm not sure what the like base level is now that you have to have. But outside of that, there's things like Forges, which are little like 3-person activities. That's in the Black Armory expansion. In Joker's Wild, there's a new mode called Gambit Prime. Gambit is in Forsaken. That's a new mode. So Gambit Prime is like a offshoot of that, as well as a new end game activity. In June is when Season of Opulence comes out. That will have a new raid. Black Armory had a raid as well. So those are all kinds of things, and most of the new weapons, all of those new weapons are tied into the annual pass as well. So those things that you want to chase are tied in the annual pass. So if you like, for you, I would say if you want to like grind out, if that's what you have fun doing, then you probably want the annual pass. If you just want that, 8 to 10 hour experience of the campaign of Forsaken and then do some end game stuff here and there, you just get Forsaken, because it's probably pretty cheap. Like, I don't know, $20 now somewhere.
It's always
probably.
They're always running sales on it.
20, 30, I don't know. But yeah, I still think it's one of the better looter shooters, and especially just their combat always feels so tight. They're doing a lot of fun things to really play with the sandbox. Revelry was a great example of that. Okay, sorry, I talked way too long about that.
No, that's okay. Maybe you convinced him.
Maybe.
Did he convince you?
You can always just text me if you want more information. Or not. This gives me a good place to pitch it, and maybe one day Luke will actually play it with me.
Play what?
He won't. Okay, cool.
What are we talking about?
Destiny.
Destiny 1?
2.
I played Destiny.
Destiny
What
2.
game?
Leroy Kelly in
I don't
the
know what you're
chat
talking about.
asks, is it possible Storm will be in BP2? I assume that means Black Panther 2?
No,
Yeah.
I don't think she will.
I
don't think she will
would
either.
not bet money on that.
But I do think she'll show up eventually.
She will, absolutely. And she could be incorporated in with Black Panther in the future.
Mm-hmm.
But I think right now Black Panther's probably fairly far along in terms of development of a sequel.
Mm-hmm.
And unless they just shoehorn her in, like she would not have probably been in early
Plans.
drafts of the script and stuff like that. So they would have to completely it would be like a Spider-Man thing where in Civil War they just kind of insert her in and it's like, hey, she's here and she'll be in
Her new movie comes out next summer.
But my guess is it's still too close with the X-Men still kind of having their own franchise. That will need to dissolve.
They need to wrap that story.
And then they'll let that kind of simmer for maybe a year before they start bringing in those characters in the MCU and however they do it.
I think the X-Men will be incorporated through more of an event film.
Avengers vs. the X-Men.
Yeah.
But that won't be their. But you think that'll be their first film?
Yes, I do.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it'll be
Introduce them all at once.
in the multiverse.
I think the first Fox thing that you get out of anything will be Fantastic Four.
That's fair. Luke.
Yes.
Siebel has a comment. He says, "You were tired of Game of Thrones fanboys and Marvel fanboys? ? To me, they are one and the same. Would you care to rebuttal?"
What? I didn't. What? No, I'm just tired of the fanboy culture.
In general.
In general, like, not Game of Thrones. It's Game of Thrones. It's DC is a big one. Marvel,
Yeah.
Star Wars, anything where
It's this-
if you don't like something that you are passionate about, you're just hating because it's fun or it's funny or something like that. It's just you're not allowed to dislike or like something because you dislike it or like it anymore. You have to have specific reasons to do it, I feel like.
Yeah.
Instead of just like, no, I didn't like it. Like I just didn't enjoy watching the last Game of Thrones episode.
I'd like to have.
And then like I see on Twitter, it's like people dislike it because it's the popular thing now. No, it's not. It's split down the middle. It's not the popular thing. It's just I didn't like it.
Well, I think it'd be interesting to have a conversation on another, like, just have that be an episode where we talk about the evolution of fandom
culture.
and fanboy culture, because I think back in the day, but pre-internet, pre-social media, you got really excited about properties, and when I say properties, I just mean Star Wars, Star Trek, whatever, X-Men, and then so you got really excited about it, and you didn't have typically a place where you could just look up all of the information 24/7. You couldn't just chat with anyone 24/7. And then the internet came along, and we got into these bubbles, and we had access to it, and it became more of an obsession, and I think fans felt more ownership over a property. And so when a property does something that the fans don't agree with or don't like or wish they would have done differently, there's that sense of ownership and that sense of betrayal. Mm-hmm. When I don't think that's healthy.
Absolutely, it's not healthy.
So
it's very unhealthy. And I think the best example for me is the fact that I like Batman v Superman. I don't love it, but I like
it too.
And I don't like The Last Jedi.
Right.
And it's every, like, you go through a comment section. I really enjoy reading those comments and seeing everybody else bicker. I do not care that Brett likes The Last Jedi. I really don't. We heckle each other. It's really fun.
We do.
Because we know each other. We are friends. But
if I don't,
it's fine.
Yeah.
It's Brett's favorite. It's in the middle for me. Who cares? Like, I don't know.
8?
What?
Talking about episode 8?
Oh, yeah. You're a hater. And then for Game of Thrones, it's, I don't know.
I think what's frustrating
it's
for me,
exhausting.
What I find super frustrating in just comparing Game of Thrones fandom to like Marvel fandom, I thought it was really interesting how respectful Marvel fans were of endgame spoilers. Granted, I had muted, and this just might be based on who I follow, but I saw almost nothing for for Endgame that was like spoilery, even after like a week after release. And then, but Game of Thrones, during the show, I will see spoilers.
Yeah.
And I just on Twitter, and that's why I don't check Twitter during.
Shout out Lepke. He texted me because
During
I
the
started
show.
the show late. He was like, "Don't get on Twitter. People are spoiling things."
Yeah.
Shout out to you.
So I do think that's an interesting difference.
We could do
but
an episode
that
on
could
that.
be
It
that
helps.
could be movie versus show.
It helps
too.
too when the directors straight up say, "Do not spoil this, people. It's been a long time coming."
Yeah, that's true.
I really
true.
enjoyed that. Also, 50 words muted on Twitter, people.
I'm going
I had
to.
it covered.
I didn't mute anything.
I'm gonna
You saw it
abbreviate
opening night.
Siebel's response and just do a thumbs up. That's my editorial on Siebel's response to your response to his comment.
Excuse me.
Leroy had a follow up about the X-Men and the multiverse. It seems that Tyler isn't really psyched about the multiverse.
No, I am psyched about it. When I said multiverse, I was like, "Oh crap, that could be a spoiler for someone." So I was like trying
Well,
to.
it's still completely unconfirmed. Confirmed.
I was trying to
but
not
there is
say it.
potentially there could be multiverse implications.
I'm very
happening.
excited about the multiverse. My favorite character comes from a different Earth for Marvel, so I'm juiced about it. I cannot wait. But I don't want to spoil things for people, so.
I don't particularly love multiverses, but as long as they don't do what comics tend to do, which is just revive a character like
Oh, get ready, baby.
over and over again, like I guess I'm okay with it. If they use it as a tool to introduce new characters and not just be like, and Captain America's back, or Iron Man's
Get
back,
ready for
or
Hydra agent
whatever
Captain America. Get ready
Yeah.
for it. It's gonna happen.
There's a character, or actually, I'm not gonna say a character. There's a comic book, called Spider-Men. Yes, please. I would love that story.
Yeah.
Have you ever read it?
I think
no, but I think I
like
can
the
gather what it's
idea
about.
of multiverses in their own contained things. Like Spider-Verse, fantastic. I just think the MCU's so big and sprawling already. I don't know how you keep the threads, connected.
That's what I think.
But maybe it makes it easier. I don't know.
I think Spider-Man. I'm gonna give you guys a rundown.
Do it.
Peter and Miles team up to take out Miles from a different Earth.
Oh yes.
Because
I did not know
Miles
this
from a different Earth is a bad guy, and Taskmaster is pulling the strings.
What? Taskmaster?
Pretty cool story. I think it'd be a lot of fun. Brian Michael Bendis wrote it. I like that guy. He's great.
So I don't know if you guys noticed, we're on episode 98, and
It's almost like we're coming up on a milestone.
Mrs. Zilke
I know her.
texted
I know her, like, personally.
Luke
She
with a very
texted me.
important question. What will we be doing for the 100th episode?
Can I say the first answer?
Yes,
Giveaways.
there will be giveaways. That is a fact.
Can I give the second answer?
Yeah.
Rambling about stuff.
And
What's
I'll
the
give
third
the
answer?
third answer is a lot of it's top secret.
Yeah.
So
We're not talking about it.
hashtag get hyped.
Yeah.
Next question.
Scheduling wise,
We're on to episode 99.
Scheduling wise though,
It could be.
we might push it a week or two. Here's the deal. I'm going on vacation, and Tyler's going on vacation, and Luke's going on vacation.
Again.
Like, all at different times.
Yeah.
And so, we'll see if we have, like, the next couple episodes. Episode 100, we really would like to be live.
Any Marylanders, I'll be there in 2 weeks.
Episode 99 might not be live. It might be. We don't know yet.
Yeah, we're trying to figure that out.
We'll let you know on Twitter and Instagram. So
It will be interesting, and it will be fun.
It will.
that is something we can promise.
Yes.
It will be interesting and it will be fun.
I hope we answered your question, Mom.
I think so.
You can't let your mom in on the secrets.
I can't. It has to be a surprise. I'm sorry.
It must.
I'm sorry, Mom. I cannot spoil everything for you. Except for
Anything-
giveaways and
any,
rambling.
Final comments before we wrap up the show this week?
Come back next week.
A new story just dropped. Avatar 2 and New Mutants are both delayed again. I'm just kidding.
Oh.
You liar. Anyways, thanks for joining us on this week's episode. You can watch all these live on YouTube.
Or not live.
8 p.m. Monday nights, Central Standard Time. Yeah, or anytime on YouTube after that. You can find us on your favorite podcast app, at What the Fanboy. Find us on Twitter and Instagram, at What the Fanboy. We've pretty much got the name What the Fanboy locked down.
Everywhere.
So,
Thank goodness. Been worried about that.
until next week, we'll see you.